New Boys trailer, y'all. Let's check it out.
Rome.
Best Superman. Or where's Superman?
Greece.
So best Superman.
All democracies fail. Because people are fucking stupid. But if you crush the masses,
Oh, wait.
who builds your monuments? Who tongues your taint?
Oh, shit, he lost some weight.
The people will tear it apart themselves. You just gotta nudge them a little. Then you get to swoop in, be the one saving it.
Like Caesar.
Like Caesar.
Don't worry. If there's hell below,
Oh, hell.
Who wants their balls crushed?
Your team.
What's your code name again?
The boys. Oof. Who came up with that shit?
Huh. Okay, wait a minute. We're not done yet. Okay, we are done. I'm assuming. Yeah, we're done. Okay. There's a lot. Let's go through it. We'll start from the jump. If you haven't seen Gen V, you should definitely watch Gen V before you watch this next season of The Boys. I think it's supposed to happen in between these seasons, but it might be in between the last two seasons. I think it's in between these two seasons, though. They give us a little teaser at the end of the Gen V show. You can watch on Prime. Don't want to spoil anything, but I'm interested to see the first two characters they show. I think they show us Homelander, and I believe they show us Victoria after that.
Greece.
Well, we get Butcher, but let's see. There we go.
All democracies
Both.
fail.
Well, all three of these people, to not spoil too much, they all at least have an appearance in the Gen V show. Different levels of character development, kind of all on the spectrum about how much they are involved and like what they get out of it. But worth watching just to see how those, or at least how one of these characters, you get to learn a little bit that I think is important information going forward in the storytelling, and then one other character who doesn't have as much to do, but when you see it, you'll know. So please watch Gen V before you watch this. Because it was a fun show, good show, and it is going to help you understand where we're going with the boys as we kind of head to the finish line here.
Fail.
They do.
Because people are fucking stupid.
Or because of corrupt power, but whatever. Combo of the two. Oh, I was gonna say that looked like
But
she was
if
throwing
you-
up a black power fist. I was confused for a second. Well, not confused because I think they are. It's gonna be funny to see Starlight be kind of the physical representation or the superhero representation for kind of the leftist BLM Me Too movement, I guess. The Me Too part, obviously not as much. It's going to be interesting to see Starlight in that space because I think there's room for like commentary, right, about white women representing marginalized groups, like the whole of marginalized groups. Sometimes I think there's some good commentary to pull out of there. But we'll see. Let's keep watching the trailer to see how it goes.
Crush the masses. Who builds your monuments?
I like
Who tongues your taint?
those two lines in particular. If that's where it seems like that's where this season is going, is I think it's probably gonna be the first season of The Boys that gives the people power, in that Homelander's, I think, is gonna have to reckon with the fact that he needs people to follow him, because of his own insecurities, which he seems to be working his way through, but more importantly, you need, in order for there to be hero worship, you need somebody to worship the hero. So that's going to be an interesting aspect as this goes on. I'm going to go back one time just because my man lost some weight. Good for you, bro.
Who tongues your
or
taint?
bad, or whatever. No, weight's not a perfect descriptor of health. But lost weight, good for you, brother. And that's an Eric B and Rakim shirt. I see you. We out here.
The people will tear
voice
it
is
apart
this?
themselves.
Now we're here.
You just gotta
Oh,
nudge
this is
them
what I
a
was going to
little.
talk about. This is the other side of that, I guess, because again, I think this is going to focus on the non-soups in a way that the show hasn't in the past. I guess is probably the best way to describe it. Even something like this, where I do think we're going to have the show's been doing a good job in general of reflecting the times that it is reflecting the real world, right? The best way they can, like things like VOD Plus and the way they do news, the whole character, Stormfront character, and all that stuff. Like they do a good job of staying relevant or kind of bringing commentary on political, socio-political, socioeconomic stuff in a really fun way, using superheroes as a way for us to kind of deal with or talk about some of those issues. But it seems like this season's going to be real intense. Like we got MAG on one side, we got liberals, I'll say, on the other side, because I think they want to skewer both sides. So I think that's probably the best way to refer to both groups. Or we have, what's that, conservatives and liberals on both sides of this. And I think they're going to try to simulate or try to replicate kind of what we see in our day to day as far as like kind of a quote unquote divided country. But it's going to be interesting through that superhero lens. And again, seeming like, at least from the shot, I don't know if they showed it to us yet right here, I think. Let's see if we
Then
can get there.
you get to swoop in.
There we go. So we see Starlight
Be the
on
one
one
saving
side,
it.
and we see Homelander on the one side. And I think that's look is supposed to mean something, right? Both of their looks, where you see Starlight has more of a horrified look at what is happening. Oh, I didn't see that Fight Like a Girl poster in the background. Again, probably Me Too representation. But again, it seems like we're combining Me Too and BLM almost into one movement, which it kind of like makes sense in what you're trying to do. But we see the kind of black power fist with this phrase "fight like a girl." But again, you see two white fists, or a white fist, a kind of light skinned fist, and a black fist. So I wonder if the show is going to have some commentary on who gets to represent marginalized groups or who gets to be at the forefront of representing marginalized groups, because it seems like at least somewhat it seems to be something that they want to mess with or something they want to deal with here. Or maybe I'm reading too much into a fist sign, but who knows? But again, the main point I was going to say is her horrified look versus
the one saving it.
Homelander's kind of like smug satisfaction look. Like it seems like things are happening like he thought and he expected it to happen, and Starlight is more, again, horrified at the way things come about, which again, I think we can have a good conversation about liberalism versus conservatism, kind of that can be brought out in this Starlight versus Homelander thing, and kind of the groups that are rallying, the non-soups that are rallying behind them. So I'm going to be really interested to see how they do with that or what they do with that. But I'm intrigued so far. Let's see what else we got.
Like Caesar.
Like Caesar.
Okay, who is? I'm gonna look up who this person is. Are y'all gonna get mad at me if I look this up like right now? I'll look it up. I'm curious who that is. The voice thought maybe we could roast Perez for a minute, but obviously not. I'm interested to see what her role is, though, especially because she's talking to. So let's run it back a little bit because I feel like I missed something there. But yeah,
Like
interested to see what this
Caesar.
character's value is. He's talking to her, or she's talking to him, in a way that reminds me of how they showed a Stormfront in the first trailer. Kind of what her role, the first trailer we got of Stormfront. The way she's speaking to Homelander is somewhat reminding me of that. We know what that kind of the flip that I'm sure people who read the comics knew was coming. I didn't see coming. Kind of what that means, but I'll be interested to see what that character in particular's role is in the show, definitely. And again, I'm talking about this character right here. I like the voice. Again, gave me a little Rosie Perez vibes, but in general, I'm curious what that is going to be.
Caesar.
Oh, son, something cool. Ooh. Okay, that's probably a superhero we have not seen yet. Son, I'm interested because of Gen V. There's another character in Gen V that I think is going to have at some point and over these next couple seasons interactions with obviously Homelander and by result his son, and I'm curious of what those interactions are going to look like. I'm just curious what they're going to do with the son in general based on what he's kind of been through the last couple seasons. I think we've known about him for 2 or 3 seasons now, and specifically in the last season. A lot to process for a kid, especially a kid with the power to kind of destroy anything in front of him, maybe besides his father. So we'll see where we go with that. Also, Black Noir is back, but probably not actually Black Noir or the one from the last season because that one died. But I have not read the comics. I think there's probably people that read the comics have an explanation of what we'll probably see there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
If there's hell below,
Wonder who this is. Victor has a new friend. I'm gonna say another kid soup. Is this might be old girl's? No, this might be old girl's daughter. I think N.B.H is her name. The one that can explode heads. This might be her daughter. I might be wrong. But kid soups, and she looks like she's fighting Kamiko, so that would be interesting. Kamiko had a really good season last year. I want to see if they keep building with her this season because she had a lot of character work, a lot of stuff to do. The musical episode was very fun, but I'll be very interested to see what her role is in this one, especially if maybe she's trying to track down kid soups. I don't know, maybe or just younger soups in general, or maybe trying to help in that regard. Because there's probably a lot of kids going through stuff similar to what she went through. It'd be interesting to see if that crosses over with Gen V too. That actual actress, we were acting like she was dead. Is that the actual actress that plays her? It looks like it is. Sorry, I'm struggling to get the correct frame. I should probably slow it down a little bit. I think that's her. I think that is the actress that plays her. Maybe it's not. Now that I'm seeing this still. But I thought she was like quote unquote dead. Maybe not. She was obviously actually alive, but I thought they were faking her death so she didn't have to worry about like Homelander coming for her anymore. So maybe this is an actor just kind of displaying. Also, is this a manger scene? That looks like the star, and that looks like a donkey. Is this a manger scene? I'm confused. Okay, we'll see what that is. Oh, his shirt says Starlight. Starlight is probably somebody that's anti-Starlight. I'm assuming Starlight is a C word. Who knows? Oh, hell.
Who wants their balls crushed?
That's not good. I think that's somebody was Oh, wait, was that the kid throwing somebody?
What's your code name again?
The boy.
That was the kid throwing somebody. What? Wait, hold on. Sorry. They do quick. I think that's him throwing somebody. He got a little girl he trying to protect.
Team.
Who knows? We'll
What's
see.
your code name again?
The boys. Oof. Who came up with that shit?
Oh, that's the last thing I was going to say. I'm assuming this is like it says coming soon, which I wouldn't think means summertime, but the red, white, and blue is making me think we're going to be, just for the sake of the season, I feel like we are going to be in a very patriotic, quote unquote patriotic place, or I guess an election place, I think an election year, and it seems like they want to represent the quote unquote two sides in a particular way. So the red, white, and blue confetti falling in the background is interesting for what that means theme wise for the season, definitely. And of course, we'll see how we get here or why we get here. And again, that smile is what makes him, to me, the best Superman that we have. And again, by best Superman, I mean worst Superman. By best Superman, I mean worst Superman, but I think that's kind of how you need to do Superman because it's a little boring without that. That might just be me. Whatever. Or you make Superman black, but that's a whole another thing. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, very interested in the trailer. I want to see. Coming soon is different than summer 2024, like we just saw with the House of the Dragon trailer. So I want to see how soon is soon. Is it like, I was wondering if it's going to be time, but then we're going to try to time it out similar to this year where Gen V, the last episode of Gen V happened on the same day as the first episode of Invincible this year. And I wonder if the second half of Invincible and The Boys are going to kind of be a back-to-back again in a similar way. I don't know which one will come first. But they both seem to be earlier than summertime. But again, that red, white, and blue kind of giving me 4th of July vibes. It's kind of making me think closer to summertime for this trailer, but who knows? We'll see. We'll be there to watch it. I've enjoyed all the first 3 seasons of the show. Really enjoyed Gen V. Think you guys should check that one out, especially as we move into this new season. But yeah, we will jump in then again. If these trailer reactions do well, I definitely will try to react to these shows in some type of way on the channel. But thank you guys for checking it out. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace. Y'all saw it that time. Y'all did. Peace.